Welcome children to the geography class. Today I am going to take lesson number 10, Getting to Know India. Lesson 10. Getting Children, last year you learned about your state, that is Maharashtra, and in standard 5 you are going to learn more about India, our country. Now there are different physical features of India. We have divided those physical features into 6 categories. Now let us see which are those 6 categories. First is the Himalaya mountain. The Himalaya mountain. Then we have the northern plains. The northern plains. Third is Indian desert. Indian desert. And fourth is the peninsular plateau. Then fifth is coastal plains. Coastal plains. And the sixth is islands. Besides this, we have the rivers, lakes, and hills also. In the previous lesson, you learned about the various landforms like mountains, hills, plains, plateau. So, we are going to come across all those in today's lesson. It is about India. Now, this map shows the physical features of India. You can see the large expanse on top, and here at the bottom, here towards the south, we have the peninsula, which is surrounded by water on the three sides. So on top we have the Himalayan range. So it's a very wide range. It starts from Kashmir and ends at Arunachal Pradesh. Then below that we have the northern plains, and here there is the Great Indian Desert. Then we have the northern plains, Himalaya mountains, northern plains, Indian desert. Then this part, this triangular part which tapers down is the peninsula. It is surrounded by, in the west we have the Arabian Sea, in the east the Bay of Bengal, and below is the Indian Ocean. Then we have the coastal plains. These are the coastal plains along the coast. The land along the coast are the coastal plains. We have the Malabar coast here and the Coromandel coast in the east. After that we have the islands. You can see in the Arabian Sea we have the Lakshadweep Islands. It's a group of islands. And in the Bay of Bengal we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands. That is also a group of islands. Now let us see this map. In this map, it's quite clear. You can see the different ranges and you can see the major rivers and their tributaries. There are plenty of rivers in India. So you can see the different rivers which are flowing through India. Now I'll name some of the mountains. We have the then Ladakh, Aravalli, Sahyadri, Satpura, etc. So all these mountains you can find in this map. If you look carefully, you will find all the mountains in this map, which is a physical map of India. Then the hills. Hills. We have Ajanta, Mahadev, Satmara, Balaghat, Nilgiri. These are the hills found in India. Then which are the plateaus? There is Mewar Plateau, Chota Nagpur, then Maharashtra, Telangana and Karnataka. So these plateaus also you can find in the physical map of India. You can look for them. Observe the map carefully and find where are these plateaus. Then the rivers. They have asked in the question which rivers originate in the Himalayas and join the Indus. So I'll give the names of those rivers. So the rivers which originate in the Himalayas and join the Indus River are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Satluj. So these are the 5 rivers which originate in the Himalayas and join the Indus River. That's why Punjab is called the land of 5 rivers. Again, you can find over here, you can see the rivers over here, the 5 rivers. Is it clear now? Then we have the lakes. Not the lake, the main rivers which flow into the Coromandel coast. The main rivers which flow in the Coromandel coast. They are Kaveri, Krishna, and Godavari. So we have these three rivers flowing in the Coromandel. This is the Coromandel coast. Here you can see. And these Kaveri, Krishna and Godavari, they flow into this Coromandel coast. Then we have the lakes. The lakes. Buller, this is in the north. Sambar, Lonar, which is in Maharashtra. Then Pulkar. There are many more lakes, but these are the main ones. This Chilka lake is in Orissa, and a lot of migratory birds come during the season to this lake. People go to, many tourists go to see those migratory birds. Now Gulf. What is a Gulf? When a part of ocean or sea is surrounded or enclosed by land, it is called a gulf. Gulfs. A portion of an ocean or sea partly enclosed by land. Is known as gulf. Examples are Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Khambar, and Gulf of Mannar. So these three are the Gulf. Now which are the water bodies on the three sides of India? So here you can see clearly. This is the peninsula, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal. Arabian Sea is in the west, Bay of Bengal in the east, and below we have the Indian Ocean. So this peninsula is covered, surrounded by these three water bodies. So water bodies on the three sides of India are Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean. So these are the three water bodies. Then which are the islands now? We have the Lakshadweep Islands in the west and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the east. And which river basin is located in the northern plain? So the Ganga river basin is located in the northern plain. You can see here the Ganga river basin. So the Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. And Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. And the Ganga river basin is located in the northern plain of India. The Ganga river basin Ganga river basin is located in the northern plains So, these are the different landforms formed and the water bodies of India. Now, let me read out something to you. We learned about the physical setup of India with the help of the map and the questions given below. Our country comprises various rivers, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by water on three sides and tapers towards the south. This part is called the Indian Peninsula. Our northern border is defined by the lofty Himalaya ranges. Our country has forests, plains and deserts. The expanse of our country is large. The height above sea level varies and goes up even beyond 8,000 meters. Therefore, the weather conditions change from region to region. This gives rise to a wide variety of plants, animals and birds. Similarly, there is also a difference in the crops cultivated. Wheat is a primary crop in the north. Rice is a primary crop in the south and along the coast. Jowar is produced on a large scale in central India. This diversity has a significant effect on our lifestyle, customs, traditions and culture. People of many different castes, tribes and religions live in our country. Many different languages are spoken. We also see differences in food, clothing and festivals and celebrations in the different regions. Now here again they have shown some pictures. See, there is a lot of diversity in our country. You have forest region where different kind of wildlife is seen. Then the desert region. The camel is the main animal in the desert region. Then here we have the plains, the mountainous region and the marshy region. So have you understood this much, children? Again, after this we are going to the different states and the union territories. Now let me again. So we have the mountains, hills, plateaus, then rivers, then lakes, gulfs, water bodies. Then islands are there. So these are the main things in the physical map which you can observe. Once more I would like to show you the physical map. And whatever names I have given, you can look for them. Is it clear? And here they have given the index to show the height above sea level. In the previous lesson, we learned about the different colors. How the height is shown according to the different colors. So here they have shown the heights. It starts from 0, then 150, 200, 600, 1000, 1500, 3000, 4500, 6000, 8000. So the last height is 8000. Can you see? Now we'll move on to the states. See the political map of India. Here, this is the political map of India. Can you see the different states of India? And the ones marked with red are the union territories. Now, what is the difference between the states and the union territories? I will be giving that. See, a state has a separate governing body, whereas an union territory is directly governed by the central government. Now, the union territories are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, then Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, which is recently formed, Lakshadweep, Ladakh and Puducherry. So there are 28 states and 9 union territories. So that I will be explaining now with the help of a map.